MotoGP 2014 is in the house. What's up?
I'm sure most people are watching the
That's
matches,
okay. That's fine. No problem at all. It is early in the day. Usually we do these shows later. However, it's raining like incredibly hard. It's been a really electric series of thunderstorms that has rolled through Dauphin Island, Alabama here this morning. We're just south of Mobile, Alabama. We are on our second day of rain. Today has been the worst of it, right?
Yeah, it's depressing.
Arg. All right. Hello. Welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Thursday, June 30th, 2022. By the way, we do have the matches on in the next room. We do have live scoring updates here, so we will do that throughout today's show. Carla, where is Nadal and Anisimova currently?
Now it looks like Anisimova is about to win the second to go to the third, and then Nadal is down a break on the second set, 2-1, with Berankis serving, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't think that match will surprise us.
It was a tight first set, and then Nadal got the break, I think, at 4-4 and served it out for a 6-4 first. Again, we have it right in the next room.
And Nakashima is serving to win a second set, so meaning they would go into the fourth set.
Yes. Schwartzman, by the way, just lost to Brody. I'm sure Britton is happy about that. What's up, Ian Halcourt? He asked, did I recover from the storm? Earlier, I had my camera and I was outside as my kids were fixing to go to Vacation Bible School, VBS. And I was standing outside with my camera and I was filming. And I love filming weather. If you haven't seen the hurricanes that we've covered, just check out the playlist, weather updates. Anyway, but I was standing there and it was like, shook up, plow, smash. And anyway, it was kind of freaked out, but I caught it on film. So if you want to see a crazy, intense lightning strike, check out the video I downloaded just before this one today. Okay, but yes, we recovered well from it. I about had a heart attack, though, I swear. All right, we're going to start today's show with a shout out and a message. So the shout out will go out to my dad, and my dad is 84 years young, is a lifetime player, lifetime coach, and also a retired physician. And he generally tends to be very thoughtful. So he sent us a message last night. This was after our show yesterday. And I'm going to read you the text message. And there are some quotes in there from other people. But nonetheless, I'll read you the text message. And I do want to talk about why this is a big deal. Now, I must say, spoiler alert, that from what we've read this morning, the situation has resolved itself. And we'll talk about how that could have been after I read the message. Okay, are you ready?
That's it? Yes.
Okay, here we go. Check this out. This is heartfelt. Okay, quote, after beating Serena Williams in an epic Wimbledon singles match on Monday night, Harmony Tan has pulled out of the women's doubles event, prompting an angry response from her planned partner, Tamara Korpatz. Tan stunned center court by defeating Williams in a first-round singles match that lasted more than 3 hours and will take on Spain's Sara Sorribes-Tormo in the second round on Thursday. The French player made the decision to withdraw from doubles, citing a thigh injury, a decision that did not go down well with Korpatz. Now, he's quoting within his writing here. Quote, unfortunately, my doubles partner, H10, retired from our doubles today, Korpatz wrote on Instagram. She just texted me this morning. Let me wait here until 1 hour before the match start. I'm very sad, disappointed, and also very angry that I can't play my first doubles Grand Slam. The German player, who was beaten by Heather Watson in the first round of the singles tournament, added, quote, it's really not fair for me. I didn't deserve that. She asked me before the tournament if we could play doubles, and I said yes. I didn't ask her. She asked me. Quote again, if you're broken after a 3-hour, 3-set match, or if you're broken after a 3-hour, in parentheses says 3-hour, if you're broken after a 3-hour match the day before, you can't play professional. That's my opinion, end quote. Korpatz added the hashtags unsportsmanlike conduct, hashtag not fair, hashtag unfair, hashtag mad, and hashtag sad to the end of her post. Korpatz and Tan were replaced in the draw by Valentini Grammakopoulou and Piantarn Plupuich for the first round match against Nadia Kichinchak and Ralusha Alaru. Tan has not yet responded to Korpatz's comments on social media. Note, this is my dad quoting again from himself. Note, too bad. An hour before it start, Harmony tells her doubles partner in a text she's withdrawing. Harmony was no doubt worn down by her marathon surprise win over Serena Williams. Maybe she was also weakened and frazzled by who knows what other than the human variables. Surely difficult for her to bow out of doubles, facing an eminent doubles match and a second round singles match. She was likely agonizing over what to do. Unfortunate, this once great tournament, in parentheses, transformed now into a divisive geopolitical tool, doesn't provide an option for players whose partners, in parentheses, for any reason, withdraw. There's probably no shortage of available substitutes. Maybe, though, there is such a provision, but Tamara had too little time to go looking. Okay? Anyway, this morning we did read that from her doubles partner, Korpatch, that everything had smoothed over. They figured it out, and please, no one else leave negative comments. So behind the scenes, this escalated, obviously, to a quite heated thing, right?
Sure, she would be mad.
They showed the young lady Korpatch standing, or excuse me, the match was supposed to take place on X court, right? They showed her sitting there 2 hours after the match was supposed to have played and done with her head held low. Okay. However, this seems to have abated and they've worked it out. Okay. Number one, let me tell you a couple quotes that Korpatch stated that Harmony Tan indicated, and I'm quoting by text message. She just texted me this morning about it. So hit her like blindsided her, right? She stated thigh injury. She stated left me stranded. She stated no time to substitute. She quoted my very first Grand Slam. Is this what we have become as selfish people that simply are looking out for ourselves and have no thought process for someone else whose dreams were going to be entertained when she took that first Grand Slam doubles match? Is that what we've become? What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? Even if the air is cleared, surely they worked it out.
I mean, she should have told her. There obviously it's not a thigh injury because she played her second round and won, right? She saw it as an opportunity to rest and get ready for her next match. But I agree with what the girl said. How could you be a pro after a 3-set match? It's not like she played a grueling match. I think it was more grueling for Serena than her. I thought it was very selfish on her part. I would have notified my partner a long time ago. I can understand if she was going to a final. It was the final of Wimbledon, right? The final. And you know how we see a lot of players, they're in the semis or quarters of a mixed doubles and they pull out. That is the smart thing to do because the singles would count a lot more. But this is first round. She hadn't even played yet. You asked this person to play with you. I would have told her, hey, like way before, there's a chance if I win that blah, blah, blah. I'm sure she thought I thought it was selfish. At the end of the day, it was selfish. Good for the girl for calling her out. Some people are too scared to call someone out. I think good for her. I think that this young lady should give her some portion of the money. It would be the right thing to do. I was hoping that she would lose because of what she did. Personally, I'm going to be rooting for Voltaire to kick her ass. Agreed. Just because of what she did. I mean, just terrible. Terrible. Shame on her. First of all, very lucky that she played a very, very big Serena. I watched the tiebreaker. Very, very lucky. Not a very skillful player, just saying. Seen way better players. And obviously the second player she played wasn't that good either. So, yep, I'm sure they cleared the air, and I'm sure that Tan didn't want more stuff going out there. But really, I would never even team up with her. For the future, anybody that gets asked by her, don't team up with her because she's shady as hell.
Yeah, here's an example. I pick up the phone and I'm some random, girl or mixed doubles guy, whatever, and it's Harmony Tan. Oh, look, Harmony Tan's playing. Hey, do you want to play doubles this tournament? Response. Are you playing singles? Yes. Response. No. Here's the other version of that. Hey, this is Harmony Tan. Yes, what's up? Do you want to play doubles? Yes, but are you playing singles? No. Okay, maybe, but I still am reminded by your selfish act at Wimbledon. So hold on, let me think about that. So a little thing turned into a big thing. It made viral news, and someone looks really ridiculous by doing so. Now you mentioned. Oh, by the way, shout out to Ben Freaker out there in MotoGP 2014. It's good to see you guys. Please keep up the chat. Love to see you there. And also. Ben had a message here. Where was it? I think it already disappeared. Oh, what a match it was between Tan and Serena.
It wasn't.
I wanted Serena to win, but full credit to Tan. She played amazing.
No.
It was because it went to a tiebreaker in the third set.
It wasn't an amazing match. I've read many comments where people said it was actually a terrible match. Both players did not play well. There were so many opportunities that could have been taken.
I think opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
As a coach, that was not a good match. You would be stupid and lie to yourself to say that was a really good match. Okay, I mean, that was not a good match at all. There have been way better matches than that. That just was not good. I'm sorry. That was a once upon Serena that's maybe 30, 40 pounds overweight, who could not put a ball away, could not move, against a player that had no pop to her shots, just slice. I mean, she would have been destroyed had it been somebody else, you know?
I agree, but nonetheless, I think it was a good match given the drama, given the story, given the plot behind it. Okay, you had the Serena, you had the aging Serena who's 40. She hasn't played a match in a year since the last Wimbledon. You've got Harmony Tan, and now you throw out there she quit on her partner in doubles.
Yeah, but we didn't know that before the match.
Again, it makes for an interesting narrative. And by the way, before the tournament started, one of the shows, one of the last couple, I'll send a set of strings for someone that can tell me what show it was on or who the author's name was. But there was an article that we read out of Forbes magazine prior to the tournament starting, and or just before that match, the Serena Harmony Tan match started. And I think the hypothesis or the mission statement was Serena Williams should think about retiring, and if you haven't heard of Harmony Tan, you're about to, right?
I think anybody.
And what happened?
Anyone who would have been on that side, we would have heard of. Because she could not move well. She didn't play that match.
Yeah. Now, Carla mentioned the fact that it was water under the bridge. This morning we woke up and we had this nugget, this segment written last night, and she woke up and she was like, it's water under the bridge. It was squash, right? With that said, I looked up prize money for this Wimbledon. This year's Wimbledon, believe it or not, with inflation, with prices going up, it is a record year for prize money.
It should be.
So while we're all hurting, by the way,
they need it. They're traveling.
I understand that, but I'm not hating on the prize money. But given how much things are these days, and what we're dealing with as middle class or lower middle class, or however you want to classify yourself, I'm just a dumb human being struggling to move forward in life. But I did read that the prize money this year for Wimbledon is over $49 million, 49.9, something like that, million dollars. Okay, that's a lot of money.
It should be.
Now, okay, now let me tell you, the women's finalists, the women's winner will win $2.44 million.
Good for them.
Okay, great for them. They fought for equality. And I had some more nuggets written about this. Hold on, let me find it. Let me check my math. It's here. It's here. Come on, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. I write notes and then I get lost in it.
Well, I mean, the price should be higher. The prize money should be higher because everything's gone up, which means they're traveling. Those that don't get the free hotels or free houses should be paid more. I'm sure that coaches are charging more. You know, I'm sure anything, food's more.
Got it.
Gas is more. So yeah, why not? You should give them more.
I agree. The Wimbledon purse for the tournament, total prize money, $49.9 million. A second round loser. Okay, so this could be Harmony Tan, or she won today, actually, didn't she? Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that in a moment. But a second round loser on the women's side will take home $91,000. That's more money than we make in a year by far.
Yeah, minus tax. Take away their tax and stuff. They need to do that.
Third round loser. So if Harmony Tan loses in the third round, which she is currently in, okay, $145,000. Now, with that said, let's go back to Korpsbach, her doubles partner that didn't get a chance to play. Okay. She quit on her because she was winning that pot and didn't want to worry about playing doubles with someone else. So I wouldn't further get tired, or if this thigh injury had any weight, I don't want to re-aggravate my thigh, which was all bullshit. You know, like the movie Top Gun, where they're in that meeting and Tom Cruise is sitting in the audience and they say something, I was inverted. And he goes, bullshit, bullshit, top thigh, bullshit. Okay. Anyway, but I can assure you that because of that selfish move, that she should, of that guaranteed now $145,000, she should split that with Korvac. Agreed or disagreed?
Yeah, I agree.
Can you poll question that? And let's make it simple. Do you think Harmony Tans?
We should just say, should Tan? There you
No,
go. Should Tan give her?
Because should Tan split her prize money with?
Tan split.
Should Tan split her prize money with Corp? It's like KOR.
With her doubles partner.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Corp scratch. I do have it written down. You want me to give you the spelling?
That's okay. I got it.
KORPATSH.
I already got it.
So think about that. Quite an interesting thing. But again, if she continues to do well, which she is, she's in the third round, then you should look out for that girl whose dreams were broken. Anyway, let's talk about Novak Djokovic for a minute, just for a moment. I know he hasn't played today, but I still think there's something that happened yesterday that we missed that I think we should bring up. We have spoken about loyalty, looking out for your boy. Taking care of family and believing in good morals and ethics. Did anyone notice yesterday that in Novak Djokovic's box was Boris Becker's girlfriend and son? Did you guys notice that?
I did not until you told me.
Okay. What is the big deal about that? Well, we know that Boris Becker was sent to prison, and I won't get into this, but I can empathize. So with that said, I know how it feels, and it's not a great feeling. You're alone, and you have your loved ones that you see sparingly, and then when you see them leave, it makes it worse. So you don't even want people to see you. You'd rather just deal with it. Boris Becker had his girlfriend and son in the box. Or excuse me, not Boris Becker. Novak Djokovic had Boris Becker's girlfriend and son in the box. This shows loyalty. How many majors did Novak Djokovic win with Boris Becker as his coach? How many? Can anyone? I'll send someone a brand new set of Swiatek strings if you're a player, if you could answer that question. Because I don't know.
3 or 4. I don't know.
I've got 16 sets of Hexagon X red right now. If you're a player, answer it. I'll send it to you. Anyway, but that shows loyalty. That shows the true patriot that Novak Djokovic is. So many people these days would want to distance themselves from someone that got into trouble. I know the feeling. I had best friends totally just forget about. I even breathed because of something when I was 18 years old. Anyway, good job, Novak Djokovic, for not forgetting where you come from. Not that Boris Becker was your initial coach or whatever, but great job of being a good man.
Moto said Djokovic won 6. I don't know.
Thank you. MotoGP, if you're a player and you want a set of strings.
Someone said 7. So
okay, find out who won there.
Which one is it?
Anyway, but if you guys really are players, Swiatek Strings as a company. What's up, Ivor Savage, South African, but in Savannah, Georgia. And shout out to Adam Friel and Diadem. Between the both of them, they give us stuff to give to you. So sometimes we do these questions, and respectively, we love to give the stuff out to you. So find out who's right, and I'll send it out, and I'll even handle the shipping as long as it's not to Antarctica. Okay. All right. Anyway, but shout out
6 is the answer.
6 is the answer. Okay, good answer. So MotoGP 2014. If you want a set of strings, just you can email us if you don't want to put your address there. I probably wouldn't either. You can email us at 5, the number 5, the letter K, so 5K, and then tennis, TENNIS at mail.com. Just mail, not Gmail, just 5K tennis at mail.com. You can get us direct on Instagram messaging. At 5K Tennis altogether. You can get us on Facebook at JUSTIN Justin space Carla CARLA space Davis DAVIS. That's our personal, or you can meet us 5K Tennis on Facebook as well. So the business and ourselves personally. But great job. Okay, let's move forward. I wanted to bring up one thing, and that's grip size. How often do us tennis fans, and maybe not players, how often do us, even coaches, get into grip size? And why is grip size so important? Can you tell me a few reasons why the size of the grip is so important? And better yet, how do we even find our true grip size?
For me, I've never really looked at the number. It's just how I feel. But I know the number from playing many years. But I feel like the racket can't be too big. I can't grab it, especially for someone who has a very extreme grip.
Like a full Western?
Yeah, it wouldn't work for me if I have too big. I wouldn't be able to come under the ball too quickly because I'm worried about holding my racket. Also, when you're volleying, if your grip is too big, you're going to have a hard time holding the racket. Serve, too.
Yeah.
It can come out of your hand if you're sweating. You sweat a lot. There's players who sweat a lot naturally. That's not good. I don't know. For me, it's all about the size, how that I'm able to grab it and feel comfortable with my shot. If I feel like it's too big, then it's kind of rotating. If it's too small, then I'm grabbing it too tight.
Yeah.
So,
let's look. By the way, this Niesel racket. My sister was a fine tennis player. She passed away not long ago from breast cancer. Yes, she was young, but she played with the Niesel Red Star, or White Star, excuse me. But let's look at the grips for a moment. So let's use the V of our hand, this point right here. See how it makes a V? Let's use this point as an indicator. So continental grip, shaking hands grip, the V of my hand is right up the center. Okay, right here, right? If I hit semi-Western, I rotate the V of my hand over to 1, 2, 3 over here. So it's here. If I go to full Western, like what Carla or my youngest 6-year-old and my 12-year-old Lily, right? I was going to say 13. Is she 13?
yes.
Gosh, I'm getting old. Full Western straight up underneath, right? Anyway, we want to have a loose hand so we can create spin, right? Whether it's the slice or whether it's coming over the top of it. But the bigger the grip gets, the harder it is to maneuver. Yes, number one, if it's too slimy and sweaty and it's too small, it'll fly out of your hand. How many times have we been demoing a racket with a small grip in the super hot sweat, and we serve and the racket flies across the?
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of times. So that's one thing. But the bigger the grip is, the harder the racket is to maneuver, especially in tight spaces such as playing net. Okay. So if my hand is more concentrated coming around, then I can really maneuver that racket. Okay. The bigger it is and the bigger my hand opens up, the harder it is for me to get as much spin on the ball. Now, why did I bring this up? I'm a stringer. I've strung rackets my entire life since I can remember. I'm a USRSA member and have done play tests with the USRSA and Jonathan Wolf. That is now, I think, with Tennis Warehouse and the Tennis Warehouse team. Anyway, but the grip size of Serena Williams' racket, 4 5/8. That's a big grip.
But she has a big hand.
But she's got a big grip.
But she has. Have you seen her hands?
No.
I met her mom, and when her mom shook my hand, my hands fit in her.
She just had a mammoth hand.
My hand fit in her hand.
Yeah,
just saying she could literally cover my whole hand.
Yeah, and I'm not
so she has big hands if you look.
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just wanted to say that wow, she has a big grip. Now let's look at Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal hits with a 4 1/4, much smaller, right? So here you have Nadal, and then here you have Serena, night and day difference of grip sizes. Now let's look at Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic plays with a 4 3/8 with 2 grips. 2 over grips on top of it. So it's about a 4 1/2.
Big. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy Murray, a 3/8 with 2 turn of grips on top of it. So he's close to a 4 1/2, right?
Yeah.
Also, these players play with pro stock rackets. Pro stock meaning they are weighted and designed specifically for their swing. Diadem Sports, again, who we're sponsored by, has the ability to do that at their facility in Pompano Beach, Florida. Quite an interesting thing to see. They put sensors and diodes on you, and they look at your swing, and they weight the racket accordingly. So where am I going with this? I wonder why currently Serena is still, if she's trying to make this run back, I wonder why she wouldn't experiment with a little bit smaller of a grip, right? She was missing a lot of her normal.
And maybe not such a heavy racket, too.
Exactly. And lighten up on the racket. So
yeah, her racket's heavy. I couldn't play with it. We sold it.
Yeah. So the rackets that most of us play with, if you're playing with a light version racket, you're coming in at about 9.6, 9.8 ounces, maybe a little bit lighter. If you're coming in at a regular intermediate kind of, run-of-the-mill racket like a Pure Aero or Pure Strike or Diadem Nova or Diadem Elevate, you're going to come in around 10.5 to 10.8 ounces. Okay. You go up to the RF97, you get into some of these Yonex rackets, or all rackets. I played with a Yonex racket recently that was like 12 grams. Anyway, you get higher up, and when you're swinging a 12 gram, 13 gram strung racket, or excuse me, ounces, if you're swinging that for a match, it gets taxing, it gets heavy, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, so Serena Williams, by the way, Carla demoed her SW102 autograph recently, and it was too heavy, and Carla's a strong girl. It came in somewhere, I think around.
It gave me shoulder problems.
Yeah.
I started developing a lot of shoulder issues. Like I would feel my shoulder burning, and yeah, there was a lot of power behind it, but there wasn't a comfortable racket to play with. I have our other racket, the green one. I didn't enjoy that new racket, so we sold it.
Thanks, Ben. He said Anisimova.
Yes.
Ben says Anisimova just won the second set. Let's hope she ends up winning. Yeah, Ben. Carla picked her to win the tournament, or did you pick her to make the final?
The tournament.
So she was.
And Halep's down on Flipkins 5-2.
Flipkins is tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Flipkins is a tricky player, especially on grass.
Swiatek is on the Swiatek is in the third set right now.
Swiatek dropped a set. Poll question, or you don't have to poll it, but is this the first set that Iga Swiatek has lost in quite a while? When was the last time Iga Swiatek dropped a set?
I don't know. I know she didn't at the French Open.
Okay.
She won that. I mean, she didn't drop a set at all, right?
I'm guessing, let's see, when Swiatek started Wimbledon, she had 34 match wins. So she's at what, 36 match wins now in 6 straight tournaments?
Yeah.
My question to everyone is when does she lose?
Maybe today.
And why, Carla? We were watching this, and it's on in the next room. Why did you and I both say immediately what was going on with Swiatek today? And then ultimately, 2 minutes after we said it, the commentator on the Tennis Channel said the same thing. What was it?
You said it. I didn't really say it. I thought.
But what? Okay, what did I say?
What? You said she's late.
She's late. She was late
on her shots. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we always want to try to meet the ball out front in a perfect world. If the ball gets beside us, you know.
She did drop.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Against the Asian player.
Good call, man.
The one that was cramping, Zane?
Yeah. In a perfect world, we want to keep the game between 10 and 2 o'clock. So 12 o'clock is right in front of me. I want to be able to keep the game between 2 o'clock here and 10 o'clock here. If it gets beside me, I'm having trouble. I might have to.
Unless you're Nadal.
Yeah. Nadal is able to grab it late.
But that hurts your shoulder.
Yeah. Even his Uncle Tony has said before, I wouldn't advise junior players to hit like the way I do. Because you're going to meet the ball late. Who tries to hit that way and she just doesn't do too well? One of our students in the mornings.
I'm not going to say her name.
I won't say her name either. But anyway, even Nadal's Uncle Tony will say, do not try to emulate my nephew's game. He meets it late, but with his strength and his ability, which is rare, right? Hits 22 majors, he's able to make it work. Okay. She was hitting the ball late. The game was getting to 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Her racket was slow coming around. Right. The dangerous part about Kirkova, right, is she has nothing to lose. Right.
And not a great player either.
Nothing
she's
to
like
lose.
30 years old and she's not a great. I'm shocked that Swiatek is not making her move. She's a big girl, not fat, just big. You know, like big girl, like a big woman. And I would have her moving a lot.
Yes.
Especially moving forward a lot.
Yes.
I'd have her moving up a lot because I feel like she would have a lot of trouble with that instead of trying to whack the ball too much.
Yep. Keep the game in front of you. If it gets beside you, whether you're at the net, the baseline, whatever, now you're on defense and you're in trouble. She was, meaning Iga, she was taking the ball late. She seemed like about a half step off.
Probably from used to being clay.
Set.
You have that half step time in clay.
Half step.
In clay, you have more time to set up for your shot. You don't quite have that in grass.
Yeah.
Just saying. If you hit harder, the ball's coming back harder to you.
Yes.
It's like the same thing on hardcore. You hit it harder, it's coming back harder, so you got to do something different.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gauzy. Thank you.
Oh, that's a great comment. Thank you for the comment.
Thank you. I don't feel so pretty today because it's raining and I feel like a bum.
Carla's always pretty.
I feel like a bum. Don't you feel like a bum today?
No, I feel all right. I feel good. I mean, it's just 2 days of gray skies, at least here. We'd rather be at the club coaching.
I'd rather be on the tennis court, and it looks like more rain, and more rain.
Well, good news for them because that means we're going to do shows every day without
interruption. I mean,
we would do the shows at the club, but the internet is limited. So we go up there, and if it's raining, we have to sit there for 6 hours in one room and just look at the wall. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. We can't even bring our kids up there because what are they going to do? We're going to sit in a circle and stare at the wall for 6 hours until it clears up.
Talk about different stories. I don't know.
Okay. What to say? Someone talk about a what? Right?
No, nobody said.
Did I miss something?
No.
Okay. Anyway, squashing the Serena segment about the grip size. Anyway, it is important. How do we measure the grip size, though? Okay, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. But if you're trying to get a racket and you don't know how to measure your grip size, what's best for you? Get a ruler. Okay, I don't have anything right here. I should have. Get a ruler and put the ruler right along the line, the bottom of the ruler. So 0 inches right here, and run it right up the finger, right up to the top of your ring finger.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And that will give you your grip size. Do I have a ruler right here?
No, we don't.
Okay. So think about it. So let's say this pen is what, like 6 inches or something. So I put the ruler to the middle crease in my hand and I run it up the top. Okay. For me, it's 4 3/8. But again, I have a bag full of rackets. I play with Diadem now. Very blessed to do so. But I keep 4 1/2s. I keep 4 1/4s, and I keep 4 3/8, and I switch accordingly. Really hot and sweaty, I'll probably grab the 4 1/2. If I'm feeling really loose and feeling really good, I'll probably go ahead and grab the 4 1/4.
I go by feeling.
Yeah,
that's how I go. I've never measured, so I've never measured.
Like I might have a ruler. Take a comment. Let me see if
I don't have a ruler, Justin.
I think it's in my bag right here.
Okay, so he's gonna show you guys how to measure his hand.
I think so. I might have it.
I think we took it out and left it at the pro shop with your stuff. But
I got it.
I got one. Oh, well, he's got one.
See, look at that. Okay, so let me see your hand. You can hold it up this way. Can I see it? All right. So I'm going to get the inches and I'm going to put it right here on her middle crease and I'm going to measure it up. She is right at 4 1/4. Can you see that? Right at 4 1/4. And she has always played every racket that I get you, and you get a lot of rackets. I get you demo them and release them, but you play with a 4 1/4.
Yeah, I know.
And you always have, yeah.
But I go by feeling. I don't think my dad ever said, hey, let me measure your hand. I've always gone by feeling. If it's slipping in my hand, then I know it's too big.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, I grew up playing with a wooden racket, and 4 5/8 was relatively common on a woody, as well as a 4 1/2. So I didn't start playing with less than that until after college, like mid 90s. I'm 44. You know, sometimes I talk to people and they're like, "You're 44? I thought you were younger than that." But yeah, I'm 44 and started. I was born in '77 and started playing the game in 1979. Anyway.
Wow, you were playing when I was born. So I started playing when I was 11, so add 11 years to that. And I was playing with a wooden racket, but I think the wooden rackets were almost dying. You know what I mean? Like they were like at the end of, because I remember my dad giving me a wooden racket. I don't think we even checked the size of it. He just gave me a wooden racket, and then I remember switching.
We still keep wooden rackets in our bag today, though.
Yeah, I don't enjoy playing with them, though. I'll tell you that much. They're so heavy and they hurt your shoulder. They really do. I mean, I've tried to play with them. I don't enjoy it. I like my rackets. I like the advanced stuff.
Yeah, and I had a picture, and I was trying to find it. I hate.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is. Here it is. So this is me in 1979. Here, I'll expand that just for fun. But that's me in 1979.
Let's go, Anisimova. She's up a break. Awesome. Halep's fighting 5-4 on serve now. And Swiatek is up 3-1 and on serve. So it looks like she's going to take care of business.
Well, good for her. Good for her, for sure. Anyway, that was the picture. Let me pull my scores back up. By the way, how is Brooksby doing?
He's doing well. He won the first set, and they're on serve on the second.
Okay, so actually, Nadal is receiving serve, second set. It's on serve, 4 serving 5. Berankis is serving. But Nadal has a little bit of a window. It's 15-30. Berankis serving at 4-5 in the second set. This is basically match points here, potentially, right? You're not going to come back on Rafa and down 2 sets. And it's 15-30, Berankis serving. You want me to tell you something that I've said a million times? In 2007, I was at the U.S. Open. I was doing some stringing apprenticeship. I got to work the whole time. It was really fun. And the prize was we were done with our program on Saturday, and the men's final was Sunday. And I got to see Federer. Who did he play? Djokovic. He won in straight sets, I think, like 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, or 6-6 and 6.
Who won? Djokovic or Federer?
Federer did in 07. And then I went the next year, and Federer played Murray, and Federer won that one as well. And I think in 09, I didn't go back, and I think that's when Del Potro beat him.
Yeah.
Or Murray beat him, one of the two. Anyway, he's playing Ricardas Berankis, and Berankis was playing in the junior boys final at the U.S. Open in 2007 and was playing Jerzy Janowicz. Does anyone remember Jerzy Janowicz, the big Polish player?
Yep. Looks
right?
like Shapo's fighting to go to 5th set.
Nakashima's a baller. He can run all day.
I like his name, Nakashima.
Yeah, he's American too. No, he's Japanese. But I think didn't Nakashima play college?
No, he's got American flag.
Yeah, I think he played college at what, UCLA or something.
I'm not sure. All right, Anisimova up 5-3.
Let's go.
And 5-5.
Earlier, we were talking about Serena Williams for a moment, the weight of her racket, etc. Speaking about Serena Williams, we read an article today that Kim Clijsters once again had made a nice comment about Serena Williams and why at this point she's having a lot of difficulty. We've talked about this before. I didn't need Kim Clijsters to reiterate that, but Kim Clijsters explained today in an article referencing Serena Williams why it's so hard to be a parent with young children and still try to manage the professional tennis tour. Okay. Let's use ourselves for a moment. And we're not pro players. We coach, whatever, do that for a living. It's our passion. But let's look at, say, for today. Okay, let's look at today.
Okay.
We want to be there. It hurts us for us to not be there, but we would have to go sit somewhere an hour away in pouring rain, just in a box with no outside reach, no internet, and then have to hopefully hope it dries and allows us to teach. Otherwise, guess what's an hour away? Our 3 kids, our 2 oldest of 5 kids, hence the name 5K. Our 2 oldest are at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. But it's hard to think about sitting somewhere doing absolutely nothing, or even if you're doing something and realize there's 3 young children at home. Okay. You think about, oh no, what's the 6-year-old doing? Oh no, he's probably messing with the dog. And then what's Lily doing? Oh no, she's probably frustrated because that's all she does is babysit and we're always gone. So it just starts to pile up, and we just teach, much less trying to stay fit, deal with media, grind, be a quasi-millionaire, whatever.
I'm not trying to be a quasi-millionaire.
Well, I'm talking about Serena.
Oh.
There are certain things that we have to do to be a solid human being, just in life in general, much less being a pro tennis player. Eat, sleep, all with the good mindset. Be kind because everyone's fighting a tough battle, and on and on and on and on. Now you add a child in the mix. Oh no, like how many people have you known, ladies and gentlemen, over the years that, were the center of attention? They were the center of the party. They had all the attention and they were a socialite. They always want to be there. And then all of a sudden they have a child.
Everything changes when you have a child.
Everything changes.
You got to think about the child. I mean, even if you're that rich, you're missing out on your children. I mean, for Serena, it's like, what more does she want to do? I mean, she could travel with her daughter. She's that lucky that she could take her kid with her.
Yeah.
But still, as a parent, you always worry, and there's a lot of things. If your kid gets sick or whatever, you didn't get enough sleep because of your child. I mean, I think it's a little bit easier for her. Clijsters may be tougher. She has 3 kids, and Serena has 1. But I don't know. I don't see the desire for Serena to want to improve or want to get in shape or want to do everything she did before.
Yeah, Trouble Mind.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, Trouble Mind says a point blank comment, and you can't say it any better. Motherhood should be a priority, and it really should be. And
it should be. I mean, you should always think about your kids. Like whenever I go to the store, I would love to buy something for myself, but what do I always tell you?
I'm gonna save it for the kids.
I want to save it for the kids. Like my husband would be like, "Oh, you deserve it," but I said, "No, let's save it for the kids." Like I go to the store, I'm always thinking about them. Food, I'm always thinking about them. Something, that may be a benefit, I'm always thinking about them. Even the schools, like even moving, I'm always thinking about them because they are my priority. Yeah.
And what's so difficult in the 2022, the year that we live in, is kids now, has anyone ever heard the term tabula rasa? Tabula rasa. Has anybody ever heard this? It's a blank slate. It's a blank sheet of paper, right? When kids are born, when children are born, they grow up and their blank slate, their tabula rasa starts to fill up with pebbles, and their tabula rasa is the bucket. Eventually that bucket starts to fill up and we start to have things ingrained in this, right? So Serena has a young daughter that surely now is in that stage of development. If you know who Eric Erickson is, the 9 stages or 8 stages of development.
Ben Fricker's asking you tabula.
Tabula, T-A-B as in Bravo, tab, T-A-B-U-L-A, tabula, space, rasa, R-A-S-A.
Did I spell it right?
Yeah, I have a psychology degree from University of South Alabama, so that's how I remember it. Anyway, tabula rasa, it's a blank slate. So the issue that Serena surely has is she's highly successful, she's highly motivated, she's won 23 majors, and she surely understands that at home, whether she's at home or right up the street, that she has a daughter there that's tabula rasa is getting filled up with pebbles, right? Eventually that's going to fill up. It's kind of hard to focus on winning a tennis match when you're thinking about your daughter, and how to we can definitely empathize because we have 5 kids. I can't even go to the post office which is right up the street, without thinking about one of my kids doing something. It's my number one
No,
thought.
it's true. I mean, I could be teaching a lesson and I see my daughter next to
Think
me.
about my kids.
I'm actually watching her, trying to multitask, pay attention to the lesson, but I'm watching what she's doing as well. She thinks I'm not, but I am.
Absolutely.
I am absolutely watching what she's doing. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'm getting angry inside because
Yeah.
I want to yank her, but I have a lesson, you know?
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about them.
Yeah. Just the other day, I was teaching a lesson. No, you were teaching a lesson. And I was feeding balls to Lily, our 13-year-old, who's a good player, one-handed backhand, by the way. And I gave her a goal. I said, Lily, your goal is to win 15 points against me serving and 15 points against me with you serving. Okay. So Lily has this thing where she gets down on herself. Anyway, long story short, she knew that it wasn't a competition. She just had to win X amount of points. So every time I served the ball, she would just whack it. If it went in, she'd win a point because she hit it so hard. But like 8 out of 10 balls would fly over the fence.
And I was watching her the whole time. I put my glass, when you see me put my glasses on and my daughter's next to me, I'm actually watching her.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I usually put them on so no one knows I'm actually watching her.
Yeah. So in other words, here is something is pointless, not pointless, but here is something is non-important as, you know, playing a couple points with your daughter. And meanwhile, you're teaching a lesson actively, but yet you're glancing over here and trying to wonder, like, what can I do better as a parent?
Yes. Or even when I see my little kids, I'm teaching other kids, I'm watching them go to the pool. I'm like,
you know, what are they doing? You know, our kids are at the pool, and I'm thinking, I hope Justa's not in the deep end.
Yes, I am.
You know, and I'm sitting there feeding, and I'm like, oh man, I hope they're not going near the edge of the woods because there's coyotes in there, type thing. Anyway, kids are paramount for any parent out there. God bless you. I know MotoGP just said the same thing earlier. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Definitely saw that. But it's tough to give everything to the tour or any tour, whether you're a rock star or you're a jam band. Let's go. You're one step closer. By the way, Mike Walker, he's not on now, I don't think, but Mike Walker is a really good friend of ours. He's a wonderful tennis mind. He's in New York. And yesterday I told someone the odds for Angelique Kerber to win Wimbledon at this point. Odds meaning what are the betting odds? So yesterday on yesterday's show, I asked Mike Walker if he knew the betting odds for the Kerber to win Wimbledon, and it was plus 2,000. Meaning if I had $100 and I put it on Kerber to win Wimbledon, okay, given that side of the draw is wide open, except for I think her next match, Kerber plays next. I just wrote it down earlier. Kerber plays Mertens and then maybe Jabeur or Pari. But anyway, the odds were plus 2,000. I went ahead and took the bet. Mike Walker, it's illegal to gamble in the state of Alabama. You can't do it. But in other states, you can go to, DraftKings or whatever it is and place the bet. I have this thing about not betting because I'm not very good at stopping it anyway, but I went ahead and took the bet. So we put $100 US on Angelique Kerber to win the tournament. Now, I don't think she will, right? I'm not saying she's going to at all.
She's definitely not going to.
But with those odds, knowing she's won it before, I think it's probably a decent bet, at least one to be entertained about, right? And then Ben Freaker said it too. Kerber was pretty close last year, making it to the semis. But I was glad Ash won instead. Me too. Love Barty. Very, very sad that she's gone.
Trouble Mind says the problem in today's age is women are told to be boss babe. Mm-hmm. Go get her no matter what. When a child comes into play, they can't do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. If you're in a corporate business, yes. Corporate world, yes. You got to follow what they say and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I feel like corporate places should offer childcare or something where your kids can be involved, I mean, because at the end of the day, I see so many parents ignore their children. They work, know nothing about their kids, or some are selfish and just party and have fun, and they forget about their kids. They don't do anything with them. I hate seeing that. My kids, I think, are very lucky. Even the older ones, they knew we always sat down, ate dinner together, whereas other friends don't do that.
That's a golden rule we've always had with all of our 5 children, is that we're going to sit down, we're going to say a blessing, and we're going to eat. We're going to put our phones to the side, and we're going to sit down, and whether we have something to say or not, we're going to do it as a family, and then we're going to help one another clean up, and then we'll go from there. But we always break bread together. So anyway, your thoughts on that? Let me give you guys an interesting fact about some of the British tennis that's going on right now from the UK. What's up, William Spencer? What's up, Jack Nolte? You're both there. Congratulations to England, by the way, for having their statistically best Wimbledon since 1984. Okay. They have more players through after winning the first round than they have since 1984 per capita, right? Right. USA's been doing pretty darn well as well. The fact is, we just don't think they'll win the tournament. You know, we had a good first round. Okay.
Maybe golf has a chance. I think Simova has a chance.
Yeah, you did pick them. You did. But here's an interesting fact about one of these British players, and this is the player that lost today to Taylor Fritz. And we like Fritz a lot. And you've liked Taylor Fritz since he was a junior.
He reminds me of my son. That's why. To me, he's like a little boy. He reminds me of my son.
Interesting fact about Alistair Gray, if you haven't already noticed, he has a one-handed backhand. And, you know, all of the kids in our home hit with one-handed backhands with the exception of Gabriella. And she does release it from time to time. She kind of has that Bjorn Borg backhand. He's 24 years old. He is ranked currently number 288 in the world, with his best or highest ranking to date was not terribly long ago at number 283. This is his first appearance in a main draw of a major ever. Good job. Who else is 24 that's now in the main draw of a major? What's his name? Ludwig van Beethoven?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Ludwig van Beethoven or Rithorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few of them. He plays at TCU, Texas Christian University, which I thought was interesting. This is a school in Texas. One of my favorite bands of all time is Phish, Phish. You probably know this if you follow the channel. But Paige McConnell, the keyboardist or the pianist for Phish, as well went to TCU. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, he's 24 and was playing college recently, so he was obviously a late bloomer. So, okay, good for him. But once you take prize money, you can't play college anymore. So that surely is done. And at this point in his career, he has won $86,000 in prize money. That won't even last you a half a year on tour with coaches and hotel rooms and travels and etc. So I think hit the second round loser, took in 91,000. So he lost in the second round of Wimbledon, and that 91,000 will be more than his career prize money to date at being 24 years old.
That's okay. He can use it towards his career.
Excellent.
I mean, he's probably finished with school, right?
He probably already has that much in credit card debt.
If he got a tennis scholarship, he probably graduated with a degree. He probably didn't pay a dime. And he can.
If he graduated, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Can anybody answer that question?
He could also choose not to accept the money and continue to play for college.
Would you accept it?
The money?
Yeah.
Over
91,000 or finish college. What would you do?
Well, it depends how far he's in college.
He can finish college. He just can't play on the team anymore. Doesn't mean he kicked out of college.
Yeah, no,
he just can't play on the team.
Right. I thought didn't they do a new rule with college?
But wait a minute.
I thought there was a new rule that you could take prize money.
College now in football, NCAA football, American football, not
only
soccer.
Football,
they're getting contracts now by sponsors. They're getting paid. The stipulation in college football is that not one player can get more than the next player. I think they all get a set amount as not to be creating competition within the locker room, right? Anyway, I think that's the case. I think Carla's right.
I thought they changed that rule.
Is it just
I thought
football,
basketball too and other sports now you can take money. I thought that was the new rule.
I think you're correct.
I mean, I think that they should do that. They should allow them because I remember when I played the challenge, my first one, they told me if you take the money, you will not be able to play for college. So, you know, you have that choice to think about, you know. I mean, if you're not a great player, you're not winning the challengers, you should go to college.
So a couple comments here. What's up, Simon O'Neill? Fritz could surprise us. I hope so. Ben Fricker wrote the next segment I had lined up. Basically his words. Ben says, I honestly think Kyrgios Tsitsipas will go 5 sets. I do think Kyrgios is most likely to win than Stefanos. Okay. Kyrgios, by the way, speaking of him, did anyone see his press conference yesterday where he was eating sushi during the questioning? Okay. If you have it, you can show it. If you have the interview, would he be even better?
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you see people that just look like a clown and they act like a clown. And he looked like one here. Now, I love the guy. I love his game. I love his attitude. But I really was pissed today when he was playing Kyrgios and he had a short ball that he could have just put away easily. And he came up to the net. And instead of hitting the passing shot of the lob, he did a tweener and missed it. I don't get that. And also, too, speaking of Kyrgios, I don't know what is up with his backwards flipped up baseball hat. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he's wearing a hat backwards right now with the lid flipped up. So he's like this. What's the point? Is that just to solidify your image as being a buffoon? As a person, I like your game, and I hope you do well. But come on, man. What is this all about? His girlfriend is in the audience, so maybe he's trying to be even more bad boy for her. But during his post press conference, we got to watch him eat sushi. I thought it was just another attempt to get clicks. Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. Yeah, you got it?
Kyrgios, please raise your hand and state your organisation if asking a question. We'll just start off. Nick, just give us your initial thoughts on that match.
Can you get that off? There you go. Go ahead, Nick.
Just a typical first round here for me. I played so many 5-setters first round. It's just an absolute.
Where's the sushi? I'm not interested in this whole dichotomy. There, show the sushi. You see the sushi? You still can't see it. You got the ad covered up.
Today. You know, a couple lucky shots here or there.
These
But
ads pop up.
Yeah, we'll just scroll the video up. There you go. Show the sushi. See?
This guy.
Yeah. So what is? I mean, what is the point? There is no point. That's just the psychology behind that is like, look at me, oh, I'm so good, and there's nothing like I can do except do this and do that. And I'm just like, I was like, I don't know. I just played so good, and I just, hold on, let me take a bite of my sushi, mate. Come on, man. I wish him luck. I do think that Kyrgios will beat Tsitsipas. I did hear in that interview a sense of maybe he's growing up a little bit, even though he was eating sushi. I sensed a little bit more pleasure or a little bit better energy that was more of a pleasure to watch than where he has been before. He did have his girlfriend.
There it is.
first round here for me.
You could see him.
I played so many 5-setters
You put
first
the
round.
soy
It's just an
sauce.
absolute roller coaster. So
There's
just
the soy
super
sauce. See, he's eating.
pumped to be able to just move through. Really, like easily could have gone the other way today. You know, a couple lucky shots here or there, but
Pasta
he put
sushi,
himself
bro.
in a position to win.
Yeah, sure. You can always tell about a man by the way they eat.
Gosh. I don't, you know, it's one of those things. I don't want to sit there and watch you eat. I mean, if I'm eating with you, okay. You know, when you were in elementary school or middle school and you were still like bringing bags of chips to class from the snack machine, you know, do you know the teachers that were the best or maybe the worst to you when it happened, but you would be eating like an M&M or something in class and you get busted and the teacher be like, bring it up here, Justin, bring it up here. And you'd bring it up there and you'd give it to him. You look like an idiot. And then she, the teacher, would systematically give it out to everybody else, right? Anyway, he should have offered everybody some damn sushi because I love sushi, but ultimately he looked like an imbecile. Okay, I do hope he beats Tsitsipas. You know I don't like Sissy Boy.
Do they have any beef between them?
They had beef for a long time. I'll be right back. Go ahead. You can.
I feel I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to vote. I don't know who to pick in this one. Tsitsipas is a sissy ass because of everything he's done. And then Nick is just an a-hole. So we got two a-holes playing against each other. At this one, I'm kind of torn up. You know, at the same time, I like to see Nick win just to prove and break tradition at Wimbledon. But then Tsitsipas, watching him today play against, what was the English guy, Gray? He played pretty good. I like the way he was playing. I feel like Tsitsipas' game suits, I mean, his game is good for grass. I feel like last year, because he lost to Novak Djokovic in the final, he lost the first round at Wimbledon. I don't know. I feel like if he won, he would have, let's see. Here goes Tsitsipas. After that would be Galan or Nakashima. So they've got a good opportunity to keep going all the way to the semifinal. So I don't know who to pick. I really don't. I'm torn between that one. I guess I would pick Tsitsipas because if my daughter was dating Tsitsipas of Nick Kyrgios, I would have to choose Tsitsipas.
So can you poll question that?
Tsitsipas probably would be better towards the ladies than Nick Kyrgios, don't you think?
So can you poll question that? Who do you want to win that match? And think about it before you answer it. Who do you want? Hitchhiker, what's up, man?
He's been on for a while. You just noticed that?
Let's go. I just saw it. Hitchhiker, much love. A really phenomenal gentleman, and I love it when he's here. But who wins that? Who wins, or who do you want to win? Forget about who wins if you had to bet on her. Who do you want to win that? Kyrgios or Tsitsipas? Think about it. She said it perfectly. An asshole or a baby? Just saying. That's a great question. I think I'm going to go with Kyrgios there. Again, the only reason why is, and that's who I want to win, not who I think will win. But Kyrgios, yes, acts like a buffoon, but I've never seen him throw a racket and hit his dad with it, causing him to bleed. I'm sorry.
So you choose, okay, so you have one that acts like a baby or one that degrades women.
Oh, do you want me to tell you what the
degrades people? No, I already wrote it up. I mean, you have to choose. So if your daughter came home with one that's probably a sleazeball to women and one that's a crybaby, which one would you choose?
The crybaby.
Thank you. And that's how I look.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. At least he's not going to treat my daughter like shit. So I'm going to choose Tsitsipas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then for kids following, the thug that wears old Jordan shit and has no respect.
Well, I wear Jordan too, but not everything.
The way he does it though is for attention, or the one that just needs to grow up a bit. I choose the one that needs to grow up.
Oh, speaking of shoes, hold on, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you.
A baby can grow up. Exactly, you know, a baby can grow up. Simone O'Neill says, does someone's personality really matter in sports? I mean, yes,
I
does.
just got my daughter the NXTs, the infrared NXTs, so she's pretty happy about that. She's our 13-year-old. She'll like them a lot. Okay.
I think personality is very important. I mean, if you look at all the personalities throughout sports, the ones that have the better personality always accomplish a lot more. I mean, if they were like Murray, no one would really like them, you know. Nick Kyrgios does it for attention. I mean, he's got the wrong. I feel like he could be a good guy, but I just think he just wants negativity around him. I don't know. And Tsitsipas, I just think he's just frustrated that he hasn't won in a long time. I feel like Tsitsipas should have won a Grand Slam a long time ago and just hasn't been able to do that with Nadal and Djokovic being there.
So I'm going to show him a couple more shoes that
we've shown these before.
All right, so here are the Vapor X Cage Maylee Phillips shoes, who was a wheelchair tennis player. So I got those. I haven't worn them.
He wore them
once.
Mm-hmm.
And then took them right off and cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
So these were the Dornbecker Cages. Nice shoes. Okay. So the next pair, Carla, she's so Latin and Spanish.
You have them too.
Yeah, I got the same pair. These are Carla's though. So we have the LeBron 9s and Mango. Okay, so pretty nice shoes here. Let's go, Carla. They glow in the dark. The bottoms glow in the dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now,
he is a sneakerhead.
Djokovic.
The obsession. Every time he just wants to buy me a pair of shoes, and I always tell him, no, please, no more shoes.
Yes, and we got the Djokovic Asics that I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered these in like April, and they just got here recently. So I put my own laces in them though. So it says shoelaces on the laces, but these are rocking. Okay, fair enough.
Yep, just doing that.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I think right now Nick Kyrgios and Stefanos Tsitsipas on the poll question is 50-50.
They probably are, yeah. Let's see. So everyone's having a hard time with this one. Huh?
50-50.
Well, it's just 3 votes, so
That's okay.
let's go.
People vote later. A lot of people can't watch it at the very time because it might be 2 a.m. where they are.
Yeah, someone said it was like 10 something at night or 11 something at night.
So be it. All right. Next topic. We're gonna shoot over to Raducanu. Who the hell is Raducanu? We're just gonna shoot over to her for a minute, and let me tell you why. I was watching the post-match interview after she got done losing to Garcia. I've never heard a lazier response in my life, to tell you the truth. Someone that has won a major, even though she says it's no stress because she's only 19. She had a really, really kind of lazy answer to a question that the reporters asked her about. You know, is there a pressure on you? How do you feel? You know, this type thing. By the way, during that press conference, she had $60,000 worth of Tiffany jewelry and stuff on. $60,000 worth of it, right? She indicated that she had no absolutely no pressure on her. She's 19. So her response is like, it doesn't matter. I'm 19, whatever, bling, bling. Look at what I got. This is one of the reasons why I don't like her. Okay. She wins a major when no one really showed up for it at the wrong time of the year, wins a major. Now she's not even as good as half the people on tour. And she wasn't then. No one had just figured her out yet. Right. And here she is giving all of us longtime tennis players like some weak ass answer. Carla, did you see this and what are your thoughts about it?
I laughed because that's all you can do is laugh. Yeah, I mean, it was stupid the way she answered the question. She said, I have no pressure. Yeah.
Okay, this article was on the Daily Mail and it was written by Mike Coleman for Daily Mail Australia. Here's the title: Emma Raducanu's outrageous Generation Z reaction to getting blasted out of Wimbledon by a nobody proves she's fine.
By a nobody.
Proves she's fine with losing as Britain's golden girl.
Garcia's a nobody? That's rough.
Okay, you read it.
No, but that guy should be, if I was Garcia, I would get a lawyer and I would attack him. A nobody?
So that's an opinion. You can't slander someone for making an opinion.
A nobody, but who is he?
You can't sue someone for an opinion.
Who is he to write that?
Okay.
He should just have lost to someone. A nobody.
The article starts with this: well done, Emma Raducanu. You made it to the second round of Wimbledon before bombing out to the 55th best player in the world.
Wow. Okay.
So here's another nugget. So what if you bowed out with barely a whimper and walked off center court smiling and waving in your $60,000 worth of Tiffany and Company sponsored jewelry? I'm just telling you, these are some of the same people that exclaimed that she was the GOAT after the U.S. Open. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that had said that, a lot of them. Meanwhile, Carla and I were the only ones that stood up for ourselves and what's right and said, this girl's nothing. We've seen way better.
I even made a $500 bet. I got 4 more years to go.
If you didn't see
4 more years to go.
If you didn't see the video where I just went off on that whole situation, after we published that video, we lost 70 subscribers within like 12 hours.
I think it's wrong that Anna Kournikova never got to win a slam, yet she was way better than her, in my opinion.
Okay, a couple more nuggets from this article. Here's the kicker. So the reporter says you already won the U.S. Open, right? So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts moving forward? And do you have pressure, whatever? She was like, and I quote, like, why is there any pressure? I'm still 19. It's a joke. Literally, I already won a slam. Get on these nuts. Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Here's another thing that the reporter indicated. At some point, she said in her article, "That's great. Where did you come?" And sometimes I'm reading it sick. In other words, I'm quoting these, and people can't write worth a crap anymore anyway. Do you ever notice that people act like they're so smart and so intelligent, but then they write and it looks ridiculous? Like, I hate reading something. I'll be like Nick Kyrgios. Well, I hate reading something where it's not punctuated correctly. Anyway, Raducanu gave us a very much Kyrgios style answer. So she says, the reporter says, she looked confused and I had to explain the concept of first place, second place, whatever. She said, they don't have places. They just give us all a ribbon. What the hell are you talking about? You're supposed to be this poster child little girl. And when you open your mouth up,
like Nick again.
Yeah, when you open your mouth up, you look stupid. Anyway, what do you all think about Raducanu's attitude after she won her U.S. Open? I call it shitty. I call it weak. I call it lazy. I call it Generation Z.
I like Ben's comment. They said the same thing about Osaka. People already comparing her to Serena after she won the Australian Open.
Yes.
And I used to get into fights with people.
Go.
I remember when Osaka won and people were fighting with me. And I'm like, how dare you compare Osaka to Serena? Serena was rolling slams, not only on grass, clay, hard, everything. She was winning everything. How can you say that? Well, this is what I'm saying. You can't do that. To be a GOAT, to be a legend takes work. You must work, no interruptions. I bet you Serena kicks herself in the ass for those couple years that she slides off being a movie star or whatever. Gotta work.
And exactly what Ben says there. He remembers, obviously, because after that match happened, right? You heard the goat stuff, right? And that's what prompted me to. We were teaching tennis here at the Island School.
Well, look at Ruth.
I went out to the court. And I was so pissed off when she won that. So I started ranting, Emma Raducanu, you bleep, what the bleep. And so just like he said, that's when I finally had enough.
Well, look at Rune. Everybody's like, oh, this kid, blah, blah, blah. Kid yells at his mom, and look what happened. Karma, biatch.
Sissy pass.
Yep.
Anyway, enough about Raducanu. We beat the dead horse for a while, and she literally is a dead horse. Anyway, moving forward, Bianca Andreescu loses today to, as we now found out, Rybakina. We've said Rybakina. We've said Rybakina for years. Rybakina is another one, and the last name changing situation.
Man, that name sounds horrible now.
Who are some of the last names that got corrected once they got good? Muguruza.
There's so many.
Milos Raonic to Raonic. Now we got Rybakina is now Rybakina. Sounds like Chewbacca. Like, does that even sound ladylike?
No.
Hey, hey, Rybakina. Okay, sounds cute, peppy. Now Rybakina. Sounds like she's damn Chewbacca or something.
What's up, Davis?
Go.
How are you, Davis?
Davis. My name's not Davis, it's Davis. Oh, she got good. So now she, every time you see a tennis ad, right?
I would just throw you.
Well, if you see a tennis ad, we've talked about this before. Most sports or things in life, you take a picture, you're smiling. Hey, how are you? Waving and stuff. But in tennis, it's this.
No, you don't have to do it. It's right there.
Oh, yes, right here. See this? There you go.
It's right there.
If you look up tennis and look for these prize photos, you get always this, oh, I got something stuck on my hurts. Oh, did you get my picture yet? And they're like, smile for the camera. Did you get my picture yet?
You give me a banana in your mouth?
Yeah, and you guys know I love Cam Williams a lot. I love his stuff. But I'm going to give him a hard time for a minute. If you look at all his thumbnails, and the players, and we do stream him at our club all the time. He's like a big part of our.
They're all like opening.
They're all like this.
Here's the banana.
Looks like you got a damn Nick Kyrgios moment.
Oh my God, just stop.
Come on, man. Not Cam.
I
love you, bro.
I don't remember ever doing that in tennis. What? Never, ever. Not even when I win a point.
And the umpire comes out to the net and they flip the coin and they take a picture with the ball boy. Let's shake hands and let's give him a big.
I can't even do that. You're an expert.
It's such a beautiful day. Like, shut up. Let me throw something in there. Give me a ping pong ball so I can throw that crap.
Oh my God.
Like the damn throat lady when Djokovic hit that ball and the ball lady didn't duck because she was too slow. When it hit her throat, she was like, I'm like, damn. That lady should be on the front of Tennis Magazine. Like, damn, man. Chill with that.
I like when you duck, when you were doing the ducking. No, do the ducking. When's she going to do it?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that Seinfeld episode where Kramer is trying out to be a ball boy? Have you seen this?
Even
He's like ducking.
Even Seinfeld got it right.
Meanwhile, homegirl with the spiked hair like takes one to the throat, the jugular is like, and then she falls on the ground. I think actually she didn't do anything until she realized, wait a minute, Djokovic just hit me. Let me go ahead and fall down and do this.
I don't know. I think Justin would win.
Yeah. Welcome to tennis. Let's take a.
Justin will win. Cam likes his hair too much.
Yeah. Look, if you had a, how Sports Illustrated has a swimsuit calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Every month you look at it. Like, oh, okay. Tennis would be like, Rafael Nadal, January. Freaking Sabalenka, February. Freaking Djokovic, March. Like, do you get the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rybakina. Chewbacca.
I can't get over that.
Jeez.
I was like, damn, they just torture her name.
Okay, so Rybakina beats Andreescu. Rybakina. I'm going to stick with Rybakina because that Rybakina just sounds dark and doomish.
Mm-hmm.
Rybakina did not grunt or squeal, and neither did Andreescu. So the positive that I take away from this match was that neither one of them squealed or screeched. It was a pleasure to watch for once.
Mhm.
I didn't get that drop shot. I didn't get any of that. We just got some clean hitting. So thumbs up there. Andreescu, Carla, when she lost, you said the typical thing that happens the most of the time, one major and done.
One major and done. And I hate that because I feel like she could actually win more. She needs to find that gear. She really does. It's sad for me. When I saw her go down, I'm like, man, that sucks.
Oh, my neck.
That really sucks. It's from doing that. So you couldn't be a ball boy.
Oh, it's been messing with me for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next segment. Nick Kyrgios again. This does not have to do with his play or anything that he has done. However, Nick Kyrgios did state in a press conference as well, quoting.
Yeah, I have his quote.
Yeah, there's nothing like, no one wants to like.
Here it is. I think it's the stupidest thing.
Can I read it?
Yeah,
okay, so Nick Kyrgios, I think it's the stupidest thing ever. I don't know why it would be the best of five. No one wants to play the best of 5 sets in doubles. No one wants to watch. Okay, here we go. So Nick Kyrgios gets a question about doubles, and he's like, I think it's like so stupid. It's like the stupidest thing ever. I don't know why it would be the best of 5 sets. No one wants to play the best of 5 sets during doubles. No one wants to watch the best of 5. Oh, let me get the hat backwards.
Yeah. No, sideways. Yeah.
Okay. No one. It's so stupid, bro. Let me eat my sushi.
Yeah.
Let me eat my sushi. No one wants to watch the best of 5. Like my girlfriend's up there already. I gotta go take care of her, and I gotta get my Jordans and play basketball. Like I don't have time to watch 4 sets of doubles. Like I mean, really?
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
All right. Enough of that. The question is, do you think that doubles? Do you think that doubles doesn't deserve to play the best of 5?
Hell no.
Do you think?
I actually agree with Nick on that one.
Do you think that doubles?
That would be boring.
Do you think that doubles deserves no ad scoring?
No, they should play the ad
Should
scoring.
not. Yes, exactly.
They should, yeah.
No ad scoring. If you don't know the vernacular, no ad scoring is where it gets to deuce. The receiving team gets to pick what side they receive
I
from.
disagree with that part.
And there's no deuce. So when you get to deuce, the next point wins, and the receiving team gets to choose which way it's coming.
I think it should be 2 out of 3.
Bullshit. Hate it. Stupid.
It should be 2 out of 3. They make a lot less. Why would you keep him out there that long?
It's too much like luck.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but that's what no ad scoring
No,
creates.
but I disagree with the 3 out of 5. I think it's a lot. I think 2 out of 3 is good enough in doubles. They get paid less than they do in singles. So why would you make them play 3 out of 5? That's too much.
Well, I don't know. Well,
Too much.
I just.
It would be boring. Simon, of course, it would be boring. To me, it would be too boring. I'm sorry.
Well,
Just saying.
Fair enough.
I agree with Nick.
Who wins the match though? I know 62% have indicated that Stefanos Tsitsipas will win. 38% of you say that Nick Kyrgios will win. I really do think Kyrgios wins this one because his girlfriend's up there, and he just tried to tell everybody he's growing up a little bit, and he said I only have 2 years left to
3 years.
3 years
to
play. So I'm sure he wants to at least get his name on a trophy somewhere. All right. Iga Swiatek now has 37 match wins, 6 straight tournaments in a row. She has the longest win streak since Martina Hingis, and Martina Hingis, at least in the open era, since Serena Williams, I think since 2000 or something, with 37. Now, Navratilova and Steffi Graf, I think, have won more consecutive, but 37. My question to all of you is this: will Iga Swiatek lose this Wimbledon? In other words,
I mean, she's not as dominant. It's not her surface. I think she needs to add some more variety on this surface. She's good on at the French on clay. She just needs to add a little bit more variety.
Do you like things
Why do they use like a lot? I don't get that. I have a tennis student that all she says is like. And it's I almost say, can you stop saying that? Why are we using this word all the time? You don't have to use it.
Hey, Carla, how are you today? The sky was
do I say
blue.
That? I don't think I even use that word, right?
That's so. It's
no, but I mean, why would that word come up unless I say, do you like this?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I was in California a lot and I was in Alabama a lot. And a lot of times I would come from California to Alabama and people would say, you say like a lot. My sister would say it habitually. Like, what are you doing today? Like, I got to go to the store. Like, do you want me to like get you something? Like, Osaka does it a lot, right? Osaka, like, well, no, Osaka does well a lot. Like, well, I don't know. Well, I thought, well, shut up. Do you know any other word besides like and well?
I don't know why we need to use that word.
Like, I don't know. Do you like no? Because I don't know.
I haven't programmed myself to use that word.
Well,
I don't know. I don't get it.
All right. Well, Kyrgios gets a huge award for using like all the time. He said a sentence today. And
well, it seems like people like and like Nick Kyrgios, like Osaka, like who else uses?
They're not intelligent enough to have a deeper vocabulary, so they use like for every conjunction.
Osaka uses like.
She goes well.
Nick Kyrgios uses like.
He goes but Osaka uses well and I don't know what I don't know how did you play today? My forehand
and then Nadal is
no.
Yes, I play very good. No. My opponent, well, he did this. No.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I was feeling very good. No.
Yeah. 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 You got it. You got it. Osaka. Well, I don't know. I just Nick Kyrgios like. Did you
Amanda Nisimova uses the like too sometimes.
Yeah. Let's start keeping tabs on that. Who are the players that say like or well and more than they actually say other adjectives, pronouns, nouns, and verbs? Damn. Okay, a couple last things. Voltaire takes out Pliskova today. Carla calls Pliskova
zombie. I was happy.
Zombie.
You know what? I said she would never win a Grand Slam tournament. Her opportunity passed way past her. And I have we seen Bajin? I don't recall seeing I don't recall seeing Bajin.
Your shoes are on the table. Your new shoes are on the table. Come say hello. So? Because we're at the end. Come on. Come here.
You might not want to touch me. I'm covered in
That's all right. Liliana's in the house. Let's go.
Like my daughter is there.
Gabby, come over here.
And this is Gabby.
Gabby in the house. Let's go. Justin, come up here, bro. We got all the children's here. The children's. Oh, don't knock the table down with the big dog. Okay, good. Come over here. Can you squeeze in? Oh, you got to step up on a deal. And then Justin Jr.'s over here. Let's go. All right. Anyway, Voltaire took out Pliskova today, and that is who Carla. Hey, Justin, can you chill for just a minute, buddy? That's who Carla calls zombie. Why do you call
no emotion?
Why do you call Pliskova
like
zombie?
A tennis player needs to have when you're losing, kind of talk to yourself, pump yourself up and stuff. If you're winning, you don't have to yell "come on," but show some excitement. Show that you really want to be out there, that you're fighting. I feel like every time I see Pliskova, you don't know whether she's happy, you don't know if she's upset, you don't know if she's winning, you don't know if she's losing. You have to have some type of emotion. I'm not saying exaggerate it. At least with Nadal, we know when he's winning. Novak, we know when he's losing or winning. You need that as a champion. She does not have that, never had personality. So she's not marketable on top of that.
So do you think if she showed some type of emotion between now and the end of her career that she might have a little bit better luck?
I think it's too late.
Okay.
Isn't she 29 years old?
She's getting close. She might already be 30.
I was happy to see Voltaire because Voltaire was a promising British player that the whole country's been waiting for this girl to, break through. They were waiting with Heather Watson, and it didn't happen with Heather Watson, even though she's doing decent.
Don't forget about Konta.
Konta would reach the borders and stuff. So, it was nice to see a pretty girl. Her grandma passed away. She said about 2 days ago. Her grandfather was there. We saw her brother crying. She looks like her mom. It was good for her. She has a great opportunity. She's facing 10. Great opportunity. I bet you Serena's like kicking herself.
You mean she's facing the person that stripped her doubles partner of any type of dream that she had to play Wimbledon doubles or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, big shout out again to the British. I mentioned this earlier.
She's 25.
6 out of 10 British players won their first round matches. Also, I mentioned this earlier, 13 out of 16 U.S. men won their first round matches. Another quick thing, Richard Gasquet.
Or show some emotion, Michael Walker.
Michael Walker's on. Let's go. I brought you up earlier.
It's
Come
so
on, bro. Let's
impressive.
go.
She
Come
would
on.
jump up. Just little jump.
Love you, man. Love you, Mike. Richard Gasquet wins today. He's going to face Vander Zandschulp in the third round. Why do I mention this? Carla, we've been following Gasquet since he was a junior, and he's been around for a minute. Gasquet was involved with Martina Hingis there for a little while when they both got into a little trouble there, right? I think there was some. They were snorting something, and one was like, I just kissed him, so it went through my blood. Someone got busted for a positive cocaine test, and then they blamed like I would just kissed him or something. Anyway.
No, it was a totally separate thing.
Whatever.
Yes, they were together at some point.
Yeah, there was something going on there. Anyway, good luck good job for Gasquet. Gasquet faces Van de Chazon next. Look, I don't know who's going to win that. I hope Gasquet does, though, just so he can continue. I love veterans because the whole world's stacked against them, and it's nice to see veterans continuing to play.
I've never been a Gasquet fan.
Me neither.
So I don't like his personality. I find him to be a bit arrogant. I've just never. I'm Monfils. I can definitely, feel his energy, and same with Tsonga, but I've never felt Gasquet's energy. I felt like out of all the French guys, he was the most boring one, the most selfish one, the most arrogant one. No personality out there. Just not even the game. Not even his game was fun to watch. And with his stupid half grip, just saying.
An interesting Gasquet fact, and Carla just started it right there. Richard Gasquet, if you look at his racket, and he's always played with the head version of something. Usually it's kind of like a bright yellow. Anyway, if you look at the grip of his racket, he uses the traditional leather over grip, which is great, breathes well. But he grips half of it only. He's a one-handed backhand, so he puts half of the grip with Turner grip, the blue grip, which I don't like Turner grip. I particularly hate Turner grip. It's not good for me. Do you like Turner grip, the blue grip?
No.
Hate it. A lot of people use it though. Anyway, Gasquet's bottom of his racket handle, so right here, like the bottom, the butt of the racket, he has it customized. So here's the grip, and it comes down to the butt, and it goes, it's a big orb down there. So has anyone ever seen that? Have you ever seen his customized grip? Have you ever noticed it? And maybe a lot of you haven't. Let me see if I can find a picture. But he has a funky grip, and it's custom. Gasquet grip, racket, grip, custom. Let's put custom.
Yeah, we already know. Not right now. Thank you.
Here we go. Flared grip. See it where the red circle is? You see it?
Yeah, it's just awful.
It's like a baseball bat, right?
Awful.
And baseball, we have those flares on the end of it, right? And I'm sure you build it up with like access. Let's see, grip and use for backhand, probably a sliced backhand. So you can see him setting up with stupid phones. Okay, you see him sitting up with the backhand with the flared grip, right? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look this up later, but I wonder how he sets that up. Do you know?
I'm not interested in knowing.
Anyway, I'll look it up later.
Looks like Nadal's going to a fourth set, by the way.
The right stuff. All right, billionaire heiress, Jessica Pegula. Billionaire, her father owns the Buffalo Bills. She owns now her own major skincare company. Won today and plays Petra Martic next. By the way, I chose Petra Martic on my fantasy team until the very last minute. I took her out and put someone else in. Are you interested in this Pegula Martic match? And if so, who wins? Toss up. I wouldn't bet on it. I like both girls. I'll go
with Pegula for being consistent. She's been consistent at the Grand Slams. You gotta give her credit for that.
Yeah, I'll go with Pegula simply because she's U.S. However, I'm not like racially divided about country. I don't care if you're from Serbia or Antarctica or Greenland. It doesn't matter to me. If you're a good person and you can play the game, I'm gonna root for you. But I'll choose Pegula here because I like both ladies, and it just gives her a little bit of a biased opinion. But I wouldn't be surprised if Martic wins that. Paula Badosa cruises into the third round. Carla, you and I have given Badosa a tough time for the past year or so.
I haven't given her a tough time.
Well, not tough, but we haven't given her a lot of credit. We've said, she's average. The guys like her. She's pretty. She's got a body. She's Spanish, whatever. But are you starting to now believe
Not yet. It's the first week of Wimbledon.
Why don't you believe yet?
Let's make a final at least
Okay.
of a Grand Slam.
Of a Grand Slam.
Yeah,
I was
of
going
a
to say
Grand
she's
Slam.
made other finals.
Let's make a final of a Grand Slam. Then we'll talk.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I agree with Carly here. She's making an appearance a lot. She's being more consistent, but I still don't think I still don't think that Badosa's all that great.
No, I guess I shouldn't call Pushkova zombie because Ying Hao Kaur, you are right. Zombies show emotion when chasing.
That's funny.
I did not
That's
think
funny.
about that.
By the
I
way,
did not. So she is. Can she even be robotic? Because even robots show.
yeah.
What can she be?
You know, robots at least have a little light that flashes. You know, Yin Hao Kaur. By the way, have you seen the new Jurassic World movie, or have you seen Maverick, the new Top Gun movie? I've heard, you know, our 5 kids love Jurassic Park. We haven't gotten a chance to see it.
No, but we're gonna go watch Maverick for Gabby's
birthday.
Yeah.
But I do hear that the Jurassic World movie, and I think Rotten Tomatoes has furthered that up. What's up, Eleanor? Great to hear from you. You know, we love you a lot. Anyway, I've heard that the Jurassic World, when they're in the city, is really cheesy and like don't waste your money on even renting it. But I've heard that the new Top Gun movie Maverick is excellent. One of my favorite movies of all time was the first Top Gun, and see, I keep an F-18 on my neck, so I like aircraft. Put it that way. I was raised around them. My father was a pilot. Okay, a couple last things to end it. We're going to end the show with one thing. Wimbledon is supposed to be a traditional tournament, right? We have outfits that are in question now. We're kicking out Russians and Belarusians. We've got tiebreakers in the 5th set. So Wimbledon's whole traditionalist perspective has shortened a lot, right? Wimbledon, the oldest tournament, the most prestigious, center court is quote unquote the most important match or most important court of all of tennis. And we poll questioned that yesterday, and you guys voted that indeed it still was, even though there's only 3 weeks of grass season anymore. Okay, we talked about why that is: upkeep of the grass, hydroponics, irrigation systems, people with the knowledge and know how to keep them going at a high level. Has anyone ever seen people walk off the tennis court together? In other words, if I'm playing Carla and we finish the match, whether she wins or I win, whatever, we go shake hands at the net. When I was a kid, and I'll bring my dad up again, my dad would have kicked my ass, literally, if I did not win or lose, wait for my opponent and walk off the court together, okay? You shake hands at the net, you wait for one another to pack up your shit, and you walk off court together as one, as a unit. The battle is over, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, what happens is you'll walk up to the net and Ostapenko will lose, and she'll like bat someone's hand away, grab her shit, walk off the court, leaving the other person on the tacky. Humanity is one of those things that always evolves. Okay, and I don't mean biologically. I'm not getting into creation or whatever. I mean evolves socially. Okay, we have no internet, we have internet. We have cell phones and no cell phones. Shit changes a lot. But there's few things in life that should remain the same, and that's good morals. That's being kind. That's looking out for your neighbor. That's trying to help people. That's trying to be a team player, whether it's an individual sport or not. I would never walk off the court ever without being next to my opponent. Let's bring up Ryan Mason for a minute. Ryan Mason destroyed me last time we played. I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy at all, right? Played like shit. He played like a monster, whatever. 120 degrees was like a year ago, right? Or 8 months ago or whatever. But we sat down next to one another. We talked about it and planned a rematch, which is hopefully coming up soon on clay.
Well, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's good for kids to see, especially at the pro level. There's no reason to walk out mad first. The only reason I would walk away from an opponent is if they threw rackets, smash rackets, cursed me out or something. I wouldn't sit next to them.
I would still walk off.
Yeah, but I would keep my distance. You know what I mean? I'd wait, but keep my distance. Mm-hmm. But I thought back in the days, the players walked out together. Don't you remember when we were kids watching Wimbledon that both players would be together, or am I wrong? I thought we saw that. Yeah,
we always did.
I thought I saw that when I was a kid. They would wait, and it was a rule that you had to wait for your opponent, whether you won or lost. You had to walk out together. Yeah, and I thought that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I think that players have gotten so selfish over the years. Let's again bring up Raducanu and her terrible post press conference. Let's again bring up Nick Kyrgios eating sushi at the press conference. Have we forgotten what we are making ourselves look like to other people? Have we forgotten that there's little children that watch and they want to emulate us? Have we forgotten that the best way to help yourself is to help others? Have we forgotten now like Ben Fricker just said, typical Panko, meaning Ostapenko. Ostapenko is the worst. She is one of the worst sports women on the entire planet. Okay. But there's a million of these people these days. It doesn't matter. You know, one thing I have a lot of respect for boxing, right? Is boxers get in there and they go fist to fist. Let's go for an hour, right? However many rounds, whatever. But after it's over with bloody faces, swollen up eyes, busted orbital fractures, and they hug, they give one each other respect, and they're done. But in tennis, we have a typical Panko. Thank you, Ben.
One, by the way.
We have a typical Panko. We just snub the handshake, grab our shit, and get gone. We don't forget about the thousands of people on TV and hundreds, or if not thousands, of fans sitting there.
No, but you could still sit down and wait for the post-match interviews.
Yeah.
You can still wait. I mean, they should bring back the tradition. I've seen some players wait, though, get up, and then they leave after the interview. But
I agree with you.
Leave before that. You know, they don't even give a chance.
Do you know who won between Freck and Schmidlova? Or Golf and Buzerunescu?
They haven't played yet.
Did Anisimova win?
Yes, and so did Halep.
How about is Swiatek and Kyrgios done yet?
Swiatek won.
And Anisimova. Okay, so Swiatek won.
Yeah, good point, Eleanor. It seems that the tournament directors are more concerned about getting on court interview with the winners and get the losers off.
Exactly. Exactly.
The French one.
You're exactly right, Ella. It seems to me
French one
that they want to keep that post-match interview and forget about who lost.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Perfectly said.
She won.
Where?
She won.
French? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's look at a couple things really quick, and this will end it. What about Bonzi and Brooksby? Did Bonzi?
No, they're still playing. He's
okay. What about Di Minor and Draper?
They're playing right now.
Cressy and Sock?
They're still playing.
Novak and Kugler?
Still playing.
Giron and Molcan?
Molcan.
Did Nadal win?
No, 4 set.
What's the score in the fourth?
1-0.
On serve?
Mm-hmm.
We would do the match thing, but we're not going to do that.
He's about to break him. I have no desire.
Nadal's about to break him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. There's people much better than us that
I'm
do
not
that.
interested in that.
It's difficult. It's tough. Respectful. Okay. Third round matchups intriguing that are now set. Okay. Let's start with the women's side, top of the draw. Swiatek, Cornet.
I think that Cornet will test her. I actually think that she will test her. If this other girl tested her, why not her? Cornet's comfortable on grass.
Good.
I think it could go to 3 sets, actually.
Didn't you pick her on you were talking about her before the tournament started.
I was going to pick her, but no, I didn't pick her. I think Cornet will actually test her.
Tomljanovic and Krejcikova.
I picked Tomljanovic.
Yep.
I thought that she can get far. But Krejcikova seems to be playing well. So they both have the good styles for grass.
Exactly.
3 sets.
Raducanu, or now as we so found out, Raducanu, or Zhang. You know, I like to see Zhang. Unfortunately, the Chinese, one of my favorite players of all time, believe it or not. Do you remember Li Na, the Chinese player?
I love Li Na.
Li Na's coach was her husband. Li Na was a multi-million-dollar athlete and won. Did Li Na? I know Li Na won 1 U.S. Open. Did she win 2 majors though?
2.
She won 2, right? An Australian and U.S. Are you Australian and French?
Yeah.
No, I thought she won the U.S.
No, I thought
Australia. Okay. Anyway, but I always had respect for the Chinese players because we know what they go through and we know what they have to give up in terms of money, right? And Li Na's also her husband. Was her coach, and I thought that was a really wonderful thing. I think that Li Na is now residing in Southern California, from what I understand, but I may be wrong. Martic and Pegula, we just talked about that.
Toss up.
Badosa and Kvitova.
Technically, Kvitova should win that, being that she won 2 of them,
Yeah.
right? And she's a lefty, and she loves playing on the surface, and she's been a Grand Slam champion, a top 5 player.
2 of them.
I feel like she should win that, but I wouldn't be surprised if she lost it.
Yeah, look, I hate to bring up betting or what to do or what not to do. I haven't taken a bet in years, but I took one with Mike on my own dime. Obviously not his. But if I was a betting person, just straight up, who wins without a spread? In other words, I don't want to do +6.5 or -6.5 or whatever. Just straight up wins and losses. I would take Kvitova to the bank. I think Kvitova is a much better player. She's a lefty, which is going to give Badosa fits. Badosa's not even on the same level as Kvitova. If Badosa plays even decent and Kvitova plays just decent, she's going to lose.
Badosa needs to get into Kvitova's head. Mental. It's mental for her.
Freck and Halep, obviously Halep there. We do not know who has won yet.
They haven't started yet. They're about to start.
Golf and Buzarescu?
Yes.
So we have an evening match we get to watch?
Yes, so let's
go. So we'll be watching that. Harmony Tan and Katie.
I'm going to go for Voltaire.
Yeah, I would go for Voltaire as well.
Yeah.
Okay, on the other side, and we'll run right through these. Buskova risk, not really worried about it. Let's go risk though. Zhang, Garcia, Kerber, Mertens. I'm taking Kerber because the bet that I made that Mike Walker assisted me with, I put $100 on Kerber to win Wimbledon, knowing that's probably or definitely won't probably happen. But if that does happen, I win $2,000, and me and Mike split $1,000 a piece. Let's go. If not, then I pay the 110 with juice, and I'll handle that whenever. Then down at Perry against Ons Jabeur.
Man, I feel like Jabeur would have the better chance of winning the slam.
But that one-handed backhand on the
great
grass.
to see, but I want to see someone that's going to get further in the tournament, so I'll go with Jabeur.
Let's go the next match. Bagu and Ostapenko. Oh, you got fat. Oh, Ostapenko. Oh, damn, girl. Who do you got there? Bagu or Ostapenko? Oh, damn.
I feel like Goff will make the finals. I don't know.
Okay. Let's go next match. Watson and Juvan.
Watson, because she's
Yeah,
British.
exactly. And the next one, Serenko and Niemann.
I'll go with Serenko because she struggled a lot. She's a veteran.
Okay. Men's side. Let's roll. Djokovic, Kekmanovic.
Djokovic.
Obviously. Next match is intriguing. Bachelis Vili against Ludwig van Beethoven, a.k.a. Van Richthoven. Me too. Let's go Beethoven.
Yeah.
Yannick Sinner and John Isner.
American.
Well, I hope so, but I think Sinner will win. I think Sinner will win, but go John.
Yeah.
Don't forget, John Isner was a college player at the University of Georgia.
She's thick, not fluffy.
When it's just right up the street from here.
Yes, she's not fluffy.
Who, Ostapenko?
Yeah.
Ostapenko looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
No.
Michelin
there's
man.
levels of fatness. There's fat, there's thick, there's fluffy, and there's like damn.
and that's like Ostapenko. Ostapenko, you got fat girl. You know, Ostapenko doesn't have to worry about drowning because she'll float.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're on a ship and it's got
terrible because she's not even that fat.
She is chunky.
Nah, for tennis.
Have you ever seen the Michelin? Have you ever seen the Michelin
Okay,
Man?
let me just go.
Have you ever seen the Michelin Man?
Kuznetsova is thick, but she's muscular. That's the difference. Man, come on, let's go.
I'm going to show you the Michelin Man. You don't even know who the Michelin Man is.
Like
Michelin Man. There's Ostapenko. Is that Ostapenko? Oh, damn. That's Ostapenko.
I like what you said. Oh.
Ostapenko. Okay, back to the matches.
No.
Okay, Oscar Ott and Carlos Alcaraz. I'm going to take Ate here. I think that Alcaraz will win.
I think Alcaraz.
And I like Alcaraz.
I like Alcaraz.
Don't think that we don't like Alcaraz.
I like Alcaraz. I'm a big Alcaraz.
But we hate the way he celebrates every single point. It can be the first point of a match, and he can be receiving serve, and the player can double fault, and he'll be like, let's go. You're like, dude, grow up, bro. Oh, it's so annoying. Never celebrate on opponent's errors. Never celebrate early in the match. Just grow up a little bit, bro. I like you. You're a good player, but
I likes you and I want you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Hugo Humbert against Goffin. I'm gonna take Goffin here.
I'm gonna go Humbert. He forgot his rackets as he was playing his opponent on the last, which was rude. He forgot his rackets and he told the umpire, "I forgot my rackets."
What did the umpire say?
They let someone bring his rackets.
Oh, good.
He went with his shoes and everything.
His whole racket bag he left?
He left his whole racket bag.
Let's go. It's
But he still won the match.
You know, earlier today, I went to the post office, right? So I go to the Lily. Can you see if there's a box of shoes out there? By the way, because my shoes are supposed to be here too. So it may not be till later. So I went to the post
I
office
thought it
today.
was going to the post office. It said P.O. box.
No, it's
Oh, you're
FedEx.
talking
Yeah,
about
it
the
was
FedEx
hers.
one.
Yeah. So I went to the post office, or I was trying to go to the post office today. I got in the car and I drove to the post office. And I went there, and then I realized I was like, okay, I have my keys and not Carla's keys, so I don't have the key to the mailbox. So I drove back.
I didn't put my key in there.
What?
I put it.
Let me
back
finish
in
what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I realized though the whole time I had a key on my keychain, I just didn't know it. Then I come back and go back again, and I thought that I had lost the keys because I couldn't find them. Do you know where they were?
Where?
In my hand.
Oh.
The keys were in my hand, and I was looking for them. I'm like, where's the keys?
Brooksby won.
Let's go.
Nadal's up 3-0.
Hey, that's Jody Crane, by the way, is the one that told me to take Brooksby.
And then Stock is up 2 sets on Cressy.
Uh-oh.
And Kugler's up on Novak 2 sets.
Come on. And the women's side is narrowing down. We're just waiting on
Yeah, they're going.
golf.
Looks good.
Okay. Last few third round matchups. Bublik and Tiafoe. Let's go Tiafoe. Rip City. Let's go Rip City. Let's go LeBron Jr. on a tennis court. Let's go Tiafoe. Rip City. Those are nice. Do they fit?
They're a little big.
That's okay.
Yeah.
2 pairs of socks. 2 pairs of socks. They look sharp.
They fit this way. They just don't fit that way.
That'd be
But
fine.
they're fine.
2 pairs of socks. That's what I do. Cam Norrie and Steve Johnson.
I'm falling asleep thinking about that.
Yeah. And last one, Tommy Paul and Jiri Vesely.
I'm gonna go with the American. I'm gonna go with Tiafoe, the American, and Tommy Paul, the American.
All right.
That's it. All right.
Like,
we gotta end the show because it's kind of like lunchtime here and
it's been a really good like.
we'll see you later.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Mike.
All right, have a good one. And I just want to get a new tattoo. I'll cover my whole arm and my leg. It might be cool. And you can watch me like it and get it but I don't know what to do but I just saying so wish me luck.
Adios.